You know, Janarian is a weapon on special teams every week. You know, teams do different things to try to keep the ball away from him, but every time he's got the ball in his hands, he's a threat to score.
Kyle, you say, every week you try and make corrections, carry them over the next week. There hasn't been any evidence from the outside. What do you say to this? Is there an explanation for why there hasn't been any improvement in the last 3 games?
Well, I think you say that, and I understand why people who watch the game on TV, they're not with the team every day. I understand why they say that, but that's not the reality of it. We've got that play that Bless made in the end zone today, where the ball got in and he got it out at the end. That's a tremendous play. The interception he made last week was an excellent play. So there's evidence of it. Is there enough of it for us right now? When you play the top teams in the country, there's not. There's not. We got to continue to work to make sure that we get more. But when you say that there's no evidence of it, that's not the way I see it.
I think it's from the fundamental standpoint of a lot of missed tackles, a lot of players running through the secondary open. How do you clean that stuff up?
We continue to work on it. At one point in the game today, I wrote it down. 28 was down, 10 was down, 14 was down, 31 was down, 3 was down. We've got a lot of young guys back there that are going to be better players as we go forward, as long as they continue to work, and they are. And that to me is what's so exciting. And again, we've got a lot of football left to play this year.
How was your view of the trick play at the end of the first half by Michigan?
I didn't think it was legal, and I thought the officials did a good job officiating the play, and to some degree, maybe some irony with what happened with his brother in the playoffs last year with New England and Baltimore, maybe.
Any concern about him going for 2 up 25 points?
No, that's a question for him. I don't make those decisions for their team. They do. So you'd have to ask him what his thought process was.
But were you offended by it?
No, I don't get offended by other teams' play calls. I'm focused on our team.
Was it a tough decision to go to Dante Owens this late in the season?
No, not at all. Not at all.
What made you want to turn him?
Well, he's the next man up. Right now we've got Leonte, who's kind of week to week in terms of his availability. Carlton Agudosi was limited this week, and Dante's a guy that we feel's got the ability to help us, so we're going to use him.
You brought in Hayden in the fourth quarter for the third straight game and another blowout loss, but was it just a matter of Chris? Was it more the same? Just him not getting help? Was it just more the same?
Offensive football is an 11-man game. There's no question. But I think, I left Chris in a little bit longer tonight because I think there was a lot to be gained by playing against this defense. You can't simulate what they do on defense in practice. So when you play it in a game, you have the chance to gain the experience of playing against it. That's going to make both those quarterbacks better as we go forward.
From building off that question, the offensive line, it seemed like Laviano was under a lot of pressure the whole game, same as the last game. From an offensive line standpoint, there are some veterans on that offensive line. What do you see there? How does that clean up?
We got to look at it on film and see exactly what some of the issues were. The protection unit today is the offensive lineman, the tight end, the running back. I don't think we did a very good job protecting the quarterback today.
I think this is kind of the same question I asked about the defense, but about Chris. What do you see as an improvement in the last 3 games?
He's been tested by 3 of the best defenses in the country. And his ability to operate the offense and get us into the right plays, he's doing a good job with that. Can he throw the ball better than he has the last couple of years? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is that easy to do when the pocket's not clean? No, it's not. I don't know if that would be any different no matter who the quarterback is. But Chris is our starting quarterback going forward, and I think the experience of the last 3 weeks is going to serve him very well.
You mentioned how big a step Michigan's been able to take in 1 year. Any concern from you that your program has taken a step in the other direction? A team you played to a victory last year.
Yeah, it's not the curve you want, year to year, but I think every year is unique because of the personnel. When we look at our football team and I see, I said this last year, Steve. I thought last year we had the right team to go into the Big Ten with. We had a senior quarterback who had played a lot of football. We had a lot of returning starters on the offensive line. I thought that would really help us, and I think it did as we went through the year. This year's team's a different team. We've got a first-year starting quarterback. We've got some new people up front on the offensive line, although in our program, but new. At times today, I thought we did some good stuff in the run game against a defense that's, I believe, number 2 in the country in rushing defense. So there are some things that we did well. We didn't do a good enough job of protecting. We're very young in the secondary, a little different than last year. So I think every year is different. I'm not ready to look forward to next year yet because we got a lot of football left to play this year.
Leonte, is it
medically not cleared to play?
How about Paul James?
I'm sorry?
How about Paul James?
Paul, I thought was going to be available. We brought him out for warm-ups. He didn't look as good as I wanted, so we didn't use him. He would have been available in an emergency room. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, Kyle. Steve Longer goes over double-digit tackles again. He's over 100 tackles for the third straight season. Can you talk about his progression as a player, moving around in positions as a linebacker?
It's the exact progression we thought we would get when we recruited. You know, somebody who we really thought was ideal for that position that he plays now, although he played Mike 1 year. But even in the Mike position, he made a lot of tackles. Steve runs to the ball very well. He's got excellent instincts, and so they never surprised me. He's in a position where we funnel a lot of things to him, and he needs to make those tackles, and he does.
Can you talk about the decision for the onside kick and how big that was to not be able to come up with that, or as a penalty?
Something we had worked on during the week. We were going to try and be aggressive in the game in special teams and see if we could steal a possession or two within the game, and didn't quite execute it the way we needed.